welcome back to the Mompreneur Mentor YouTube channel. Today I am super excited to be interviewing another Air Fryer Secrets co-author, the amazing Mr. Tommy Wang. Tommy, thank you so much for being on with us today. We'd love to hear your entrepreneurial story and your background. So tell us all about you. What's going on?
Hi, thank you for having me. So I've been doing startups and companies since a very, very young age. I actually started my first company when I was 11 years old.
Oh, tell me about that.
So most people, when they say, most people are like a little bit surprised. When I was actually 11 years old, it was actually a real company. We actually started selling baseball cards and we actually broke $1 million. So it was a real company.
Wow, that's amazing. Was that online?
No, it wasn't online. This was pre-internet, pre-everything. So we sold baseball cards and we were selling like the plastic sleeves, the stuff to protect your baseball cards. We used to travel around to card shows, conventions. We did everything. And this was when I was in the 5th grade.
That is amazing. So if that was your first company, I can't wait to hear what you did.
Yeah, so that was my first company. I did everything. So like you hear all these stories of people doing, selling things, I did it all. I mean, I sold candy at school. I did everything that you could think of. I mean, I ran clubs and did parties in college. One of the things I used to buy furniture, used furniture in school, and then resell it to other students. I bought textbooks in school and resold them to other students. I did every type of business you can think of. I did. Yeah,
nice.
That was pretty much.
You have like a super entrepreneurial background.
Yeah. So I did not want to go to school. School was not for me, but my deal with my parents was I had to just get a master's degree. So I rushed and did my undergrad and master's degree in 3 years. I crammed everything together in 3 years, and my last year of school, I started my first, I guess, real big company, and I did a web design firm and my first tech company, and I did that during my last year of college. I grew that company to about 120 people, and it was worth a lot of money at one point, but because the first dot-com bubble bursting, it went to zero. But at one point it was worth a couple $100 million, but it went to zero.
Wow, we've got a superpreneur on the line out here, guys.
Yeah.
Take notes. I love that. You kind of remind me of Gary Vee a little bit, because he's always you can start anywhere, and he'll go to garage sales on his social media.
We have very similar backgrounds. I've seen a lot of his garage selling videos. They're very interesting. He collected a lot of the similar things that I've collected. I know a lot of the things that he does and stuff like that. So that's so it's very interesting. So I got into, from there, after the internet bubble bursting, I got into import, exporting, and manufacturing. So that's really where I've spent the last 20 years of my career, I guess. I've manufactured products for almost every major retailer in the country or the world. I have products in about 35,000 retail locations: Walmart, Home Depot, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, department stores, Amazon. Like basically everybody that you can name, I have products in.
Do you patent and invent the products?
Nope, we don't. Some we have, but we don't really have to patent them. We have about 3,500 SKUs. So we literally make everything. So when people say, what can you make? people hate when we say we can make everything, because we really can make
Oh my
everything. I mean,
God, this is so crazy because I'm trying to get my MVP for a physical textile undergarment product for my startup.
yeah, so like we can, like we tell people, instead of being a product company, we're like a materials company. So we understand materials. We know materials and process, so we can, understand what the product is and what the materials are and what's capable. So we can we can make almost any product. We've done that for a lot of brands, a lot of companies, and a lot of retailers. So we've worked with the top brands. We've done licensing for over 100+ brands. I've worked with Disney. I've worked with Marvel. I've worked with all the sports leagues. I've worked with, I've done private label for all the major retailers. I've done a lot, and that's on the physical side. So in terms of products, very good and knowledgeable about products. And I mean, that's that. And in the last few years, I've got into the internet marketing side of things. And that's really where, that's really how I started, got introduced to Kevin. I got introduced to Kevin through the ClickFunnels community. And, when he came up with this idea of the book, I could not pass up the opportunity to work with all of these people. I mean, it was an incredible list of people. And I said, I have to, I have to find, and the thing is, it was, at first, it was just overwhelming. I was like, there's no topic that I could do that was even close to, being at the level of anybody on that list.
Wow.
Because everybody is an expert that there's no way that I could, compete with, or, be more knowledgeable. But then I said, hey, I understand products. I understand, product arbitrage. I understand retail arbitrage. And so I understand product sourcing. And I said, I think that would help, and I think that would be interesting in the book. And he said, he agreed. So that's what my chapter's about.
First off, I think you are a supernova. I love your history and background. You might know my uncle, Jim Fernandez. He's done some manufacturing. Him and his wife, they have like a product engineer manufacturing. They get the manufacturing overseas for Disney and other companies too. But I just think your background is amazing. You've worked with amazing brands, and that is just a huge body of work. So first off, congratulations, and we are honored to have you. Mompreneurs out there watching this right now, man, don't be discouraged. This is a great story. I hope you guys are inspired. So Tommy, your chapter is on product sourcing. So without giving away too much of the chapter, can you kind of give us like a little overview of what the readers can expect?
So I actually broke it down into 3 things. So there's part of it is on drop shipping. So part of it is on being able to start your business where, you can go find products that you don't own, right? So you can sell other people's products, which is drop shipping, right? Then there's part of it is on retail arbitrage, which is go buy a product that you don't own. Well, I mean, buy a product that somebody else has and then sell it for a little bit more money, and that's something that, like you mentioned earlier, Gary V, he champions it a lot, but he's buying used products. You can create a side hustle. People love talking about side hustles now and make a little bit of money. I have good examples of how somebody wants to make, a few $100s on a weekend or whatever, up to $1,000 a weekend. There's really easy examples where, I can go right now and go to a few retailers or go online and show people how to make $500 or $1,000. I can go spend a few hours and go make $1,000. And it's not. and it's not very hard work. It really isn't. As long as you're willing to put in some time, I can take my phone and just go make $1,000. And then
I highly agree with you. I mean, people get so overwhelmed with funnels and all these things when they could start really easy by just flipping stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And my girlfriend does this couponing, and she will get like 300 shampoos for like $10 and go sell them on Facebook Marketplace for $5 a pop. Makes a ton of money.
Yep, of course. And the thing is, like, people always ask, that people struggle and people like do all these things and they start these businesses and they never make any money. I mean, they'll bang their heads for months and months and never make money. They'll kill themselves building a website, doing this and doing that, building a webinar, building all these things and building a course, and they won't make money for 3 months, 6 months, and they give up. And it's so important to make that first dollar, make that first $100, make that first $1,000, and I can show you how to make that first $100 in 2 hours, or it's so easy to make money. It's all the tools are there. Like now it's so easy. Like if you have a phone, and everybody has a phone, I can show you how to make that money now.
I love it. Tommy Wang is here to help us make money. Who doesn't need it?
and then if you're more ambitious, then I can show you how to start sourcing from China. You can buy products that are already existing, buy it cheaper. And if you're really ambitious, you can start your own brand. Buy your own brand, source for other people. You can manufacture for other people, manufacture for other retailers. Then,
And is that what you're doing now? Do you have a brand online or a product source? Or are you helping other people do their products?
I have a lot of brands.
Nice.
I have a lot of brands, and I have a lot of websites, and I have a lot of customers and a lot of retailers that I still ship to.
Nice. Can we know some of your brands?
I have CBD companies that I'm doing. I have a shoe line. I have apparel lines. Like I said, I have products still in about 30,000 retail doors. I still ship products to everybody. Yeah. So. Nice.
And so then are you product sourcing these from overseas?
Primarily right now, primarily in China, primarily in Asia. So majorities out of China, some out of Vietnam, some out of Taiwan, some out of Korea, but mostly out of China.
Do you find that it's easy to protect your brands coming from these countries? Because I've heard some people say that they get infringed on.
It's all about relationships. It's all about it's all about who it's like anybody. It's like it's even here. It's who do you know, who do you trust? I've had good experiences here, and I've had bad experiences here too. Same with China.
Do you go and fly over and build these relationships and know everyone, or has it all been remote from the US?
I have an office over there. I used to fly back twice a month, but I don't anymore. I haven't been back there in a year. But I used to fly back. A lot. Now that I have kids, I don't fly back as often.
Yeah, that makes sense. It sounds like you've got a huge foundation in place, and you've got a bunch of employees then, or VAs.
No, I have an office there. I still work with. I have VAs for my tech stuff, but I have an office there. But once you know what you're doing, you don't really need that much. I mean, it's about trust. If you ask the right questions, you know what to look for. If you build the right relationships, and it's like everything now. Like everybody, it's pretty transparent now. Everybody wants to do the right thing. Everybody wants to, as long as the factories want to make money too, and the factories want to build long-term relationships as well. As long as you're not trying to take advantage of them, they're not going to try to take advantage of you.
I like that. So I did start a digital agency, and then I went into low ticket drop shipping, and I had a lot of
Hmm.
success there. And then I went into high ticket drop shipping and had success. And then I sold all that to make my own product and build my own brand that I patented this product. So that's where I'm at. And I'm going into the Founders Institute Startup Accelerator.
Cool. Very
So
cool.
I'm glad we met because and Laurel Bloomfield and Kevin are kind of and Raul.
Yep.
They're all in the book are kind of we're all doing it together. So I'd love to chat with you more offline. But in the meantime, how can our viewers reach out to you if they want to learn more about what services you might offer or consulting or coaching for their maybe they want to start a brand or a product or what can you do? What is your offer kind of like? What can we squeeze out of Tommy Wang?
Right now, I don't have my website up, but I will have my website up when the book comes out. It'll be listed in the book, and once the website up, it will be linked to I believe it'll be a private Facebook group, and I'll have some type of offer.
Nice. All right. So it's very secret. It's coming soon. So you guys
Yes.
have to stay tuned for Mr. Wang's offer. And check out the link box below because as soon as the book launches, we are putting in the link for you to purchase it. And all the proceeds go to Operation Underground Railroad. It's an amazing cause to end evil sex trafficking.
Yes.
And before we sign off today, Mr. Wang, is there one quote or tidbit of advice you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Um, just go out and just go do it. Just it's easy. Everything's out there for you. Just it's really easy to just start making money. Just don't wait.
I love it. Seize the day. Don't wait. Start now. Don't wait for tomorrow. All right, Mr. Wang, I can't thank you enough for being on the show with us. All you mompreneurs, don't forget to check out the playlist and meet all of our Air Fryer Secrets co-authors. We've got a ton of them, and they all have massive value, fun backgrounds, and awesome interviews, including our one today. So thank you so much, Tommy, and thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you so much.